How many of you guys out there work for a company that has a slide? Maybe they offer you a ball pit. Maybe they give you free Cheerios for breakfast. Whatever it might be, they offer this really stupid thing for you in order for you to work for less money, supposedly, because they're going to spend all that money on that. So, entice you to stay or continue working in the office for longer hours, whatever it is. That is a perk. And there's a difference between benefits and perks. And for software developers, there is one perk that is actually really useful to you if you get them, if your company offers this perk. Every other one is trash garbage. And there is a difference between benefits and perks. But don't worry, I'll get into what exactly this perk is after I explain to you the difference between a benefit and a perk. And then you will know, especially if you're a Blazor programmer out there, why it's so important. So before we get into the one golden perk, as I would like to say, there are things we have to discuss, namely, what is the difference between a benefit and a perk? A benefit is something that you need, but the company does not have to supply you. AKA, if you live in the United States, health insurance. Health insurance is a need. You need healthcare services in your life, but the company does not have to offer them for you. However, they do this because they want to be competitive, and most corporations will offer their healthcare to their employees. For them, it's much cheaper because they don't have to pay taxes on them, unlike you if you try to do it individually. Now, healthcare is one thing, right? You need it. A perk is a brand new other thing. A perk being something like having a slide in your office, or eating cereal for breakfast, or having a cereal dispenser at work, or having free breakfast, whatever it is. Those things you don't necessarily need. And I will classify these things as something that I would never ever negotiate down my price for whatever job it is in order to get them. I would never sacrifice X hundreds or thousands of dollars in order to have the ability to slide down a slide once in a while, or jump in a ball pit or something stupid like that. These are stupid things that companies try to do in order to make up for how crappy they are in paying you. We'll say that much. However, there is one perk if you are a software developer out there that you should watch out for, especially if your company offers this. And that one perk is learning. Now, this learning can come in different forms, including but not limited to certifications, actual getting of the degree, courses, anything that helps increase your skill and viability on the market. Now, the most common thing that a company will offer you is some sort of communal use of a website like Udemy or Pluralsight, where you don't have to pay for the courses yourself, and instead you will have access to all or a lot of courses that they want for no price, nothing against you, and you can do whatever you want with it. You could learn it, or you could just leave it there and let it, ignore it forever. Other things like reimbursement services for certifications. So if you decide to go for, say, a cloud cert or a cybersecurity cert, whatever it is, they'll reimburse you for the amount of time, the time that you get that actual certification. Now, the way it works, most companies, is that they'll only pay you for the one time that you succeeded. So don't fail too many times, actually study. So if they offer you that certification perk, you should probably use the other perk too, because they'll probably offer both at the same time to study up and then get your certification, which will help your career immensely. And I believe that this is a perk that is good enough that I would put it I'll give it like the gold standard of perks that companies can offer you, but it's not good enough. And I'm going to say this again, it is not good enough to negotiate a lowering of your price. There is one other thing that could be considered a perk that maybe you might consider lowering your price, even though I would never do it. And that is remote work. Now, this video isn't a remote work video, and the reason for that is because I consider remote work a benefit more than a perk anymore. I think remote work has way too much upside in order for you to just pass it up if given to you, and possibly maybe if it's offered to you, for if you have to switch jobs and the jobs doesn't pay as much as the one you're in now, it's probably more worth it because you save time on your commute, and you have a much better flexible life-work balance. So that's something you should consider. However, this is not a remote work video. This is one that tells you to take advantage of the learning opportunities offered you by your job if it does. So why is this learning perk so important for you guys that want to learn Blazor? The reason why is because Blazor is still a niche programming language. It might be out of beta, it might be being used now in production, but it has yet to reach the levels of mainstream use that other languages such as Angular and React have so far in the web app space. Blazor is still also getting developed upon by Microsoft to add more functionality like making mobile apps or native apps or hybrid apps, what have you. They still have yet to reach that point, but that is their plan going forward. So you're basically betting on a horse that has the backing of Microsoft in order to compete against other mainstream frameworks that is modern. And if you want to learn more about how to program in Blazor, I have a nice little video right here that will start you off on my tutorial. Shilling aside, you should take advantage of your learning courses or your certifications you can get, because hey, free certifications, those certifications can go for hundreds of dollars, and those courses could also go for hundreds of dollars that you don't have to pay, especially if it's per course. You're saving a lot of money if you decide to understand and learn a new programming language. If you take one thing from this programming video, regardless if you want to learn Blazor or any other language, it is that if you have the opportunity to learn something new, something that can help you improve your career or your chances of landing a better job, whatever it is, take it, especially if it's free. And that's all I gotta say on this topic. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me how much you hate this one because this isn't a Blazor tutorial, whatever. Just say whatever you want to say to me. Oh, as an addendum to the end of the video, I'm going to continue doing my Blazor tutorials this week. So just stick around for that, I guess.